Good evening and salutations, my YNR fans. Oh, Phyllis, 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 Phyllis. I just don't get this woman. I don't get this woman. I know I haven't been watching the show as long as other people. So I know other people have much more of an insight to this character. But from what I see, she comes across as very petty and vindictive. Okay, one of the things that she was asking with Nick was, "Do you think I'm a bad person?" And I'm not gonna lie, when she sat there and started crying and trying to make herself seem like she was the victim of this whole thing, it was like, bro, are you kidding me? Is this is this woman serious? From the moment that Diane has came to town, and this is something that Jack said to her. Jack was like, she could have came back to this town, and she couldn't, she could have came back to this town with nothing on her, and Phyllis would have still tried to dig up any sort of dirt. She still would have went after Diane. After all the stuff that she did in the past, and yeah, I understand it was bad, but she could have came back with the best of intentions and no secrets, and Phyllis would have still act that way. Now, of course, Phyllis is that they're getting upset with Jack, like, oh, well, you're not giving me the same pass that you're giving her, and that might be true, but I'm like, boo. Here's the thing: you're not 10, okay? You're not giving me a pass the same thing as you did with Diane. Okay, well, we're not talking about you, Phyllis. We're like, this isn't about you. This is about what you're doing to Diane. Okay, and this is about how it's affecting Kyle and Harrison. Okay, you don't get to sit there and play victim, and that was something that she was doing with Jack, was playing victim. I, I don't get it. And on top of that, she sits there and she talks to her daughter, and basically she tries to get her daughter to side with her on this whole thing. Summer does. Summer does, and I'm just like, boo. I thought you can. I don't know. I understand what Diane did, lying and everything like that, and a lot of people could sit there and see this as her only coming out with the truth because her back was against the wall. Okay? Some people could look at that and be like, she was just trying to get damage control done. Now, when Kyle met up with the Diane, and he was like, "Yeah, we gotta sit there and talk," and he can't wait. I was like, did I imagine this, or did you just try to use your little manly voice on your mother? I understand when he does talk to her that, the first time of them meeting after so long, she said that, I promise I'm not going to sit there and tell them more lies. This is the truth, the whole truth, and yada, yada, yada. Okay? But, with people, they're complicated. Complicated. They're not straightforward. And I understand that she probably should have said something a long time ago. Okay? I understand Kyle's anger to some extent. But I'm just like, at the end of the day, no one's perfect. No one is perfect. And this dude is sitting there acting like, I I don't know. I just see him as just somewhat privileged prick. And granted, there's a lot of people on this show that's privileged pricks, but I don't know what this character was like. I don't know if he made a lot of mistakes in the past or anything like that, or he just lived this squeaky perfect life. Either way, he seemed like he's really out of time. My whole thing is like, he's judging somebody who's lived on this planet a lot longer, who's had way more hardships than him. So for him to be sitting there giving that much judgment and passing judgment and everything like that, I was like, bro, are you kidding me? Um, and he was just like, well, I don't know how I feel. I'm gonna need some time. I'm like, okay, bro, just in my little thing with him, if somebody's parent came back from the dead, you know, he gets a second chance with his mother that most people don't get. and yet you're sitting there trying to be all judgmental and high moral ground and this, that, and the third. And by the way, when Summer was sitting there talking to Phyllis, like, yeah, you're right, she needs to go, and then talk to Kyle, like, well, as your wife, first of all, the writing that they have for this woman is so bad. She sounds like some. It's like she's. It's like they're trying to make her sound like this Jane Austen's novel, where there was one point where Jack, I think yesterday or the day before, was talking about Diane and stuff that she did, and she was like, "Oh, it's so despicable, sweetheart. Are you 24? Or are you 60? I don't." And this isn't. Here's the thing. This isn't the first time that she says something that was just so off-brand for somebody of her age. But when she was like, "And as your wife," I was like, "Oh God, here we go with this." I think that we shouldn't have anything to do with her. And I'm sitting there looking and was like, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I haven't been watching the show that long, but I'm pretty sure you've made mistakes before in your time on this planet. Okay, let's not sit there and try to act like you're squeaky clean or you've never made any mistakes. The fact that you're sitting there judging this woman, it's there's something about, and I know that we all do this, and I know it's not so much of an age thing, but it's hard for me to get past the fact that, again, Diane has lived a much harsher and longer life than Summer has. So the fact that she's not there judging this woman is just like, are you kidding me? And again, Phyllis just acts like a child. Well, I can't. Aren't you going to sit there and run her out of town? What is with Phyllis and her kink of running this woman out of town? She makes it seem like she's going to be getting the gal pals and just taking some pitchforks and be like, nope, you got to leave General City now. How do you plan on kicking her out? I don't get that. How do you plan on kicking this grown woman out of a town? What did she become, like? I don't know, the queen of Genoa City while we weren't looking. It's just it's uh oh, and of course Summer was not there talking to um Nick. Oh, I hope that you're not going out with Sally Spectre and this. Listen, here's the thing. I know they got a history. I know Sally has done some things to Summer. Okay, I get that, and I know people will sit there and say, but it is her business because that's her dad. Summer, you are a child. He's a grown man. Stay in your lane. Where did you? What planet are we at in this level of thinking where you have this child telling her dad what he should and shouldn't be doing? I don't get that. I understand a certain level of protection. I get the whole issues between Summer and Sally. I get that. But I was like, boo, you got a child, you got a husband, you got a career. Maybe you should sit there and focus on that instead of, I don't know, telling your grown ass father what to do with his time. Just a thought, you know. Stop being a damn busybody. That is so. I cannot stress how much of an annoyance that is. I'm starting to use my hands, so you know I'm getting. Yeah. Oh, and Harrison said that he wasn't feeling good, so I guess that's going to be a thing as well. Um, Ashley was sitting there thinking about her time talking to Tucker about, Tucker coming clean about everything, or so he claims. And then Tucker comes in, and and Ashley's like, listen, how about this? How about, at first she tries to be like, oh, well, I can't stop thinking about you, this, that, and the third. And Tucker's like, yeah, as much as I am wanting this, I feel like this is I feel like you're playing me. I feel like you're playing me at this point. Now she's like, all right, well, what if I am? What if I'm using my feminine charms on you? If you have nothing to hide, then then you should be fine. And Tucker's like, okay, so this is pretty much a test. All right, I accept. I gotta say, I don't know how um what age is this actress that plays Ashley, but that woman still got it going on. That woman still got it going on. Yes, I do like the new Kristen that's on there. I know some people I like the old Kristen, that's cool. More power to you. But like I said, this actress got it going on. I can't believe I'm actually saying this again. It makes me wonder though, because I'm gonna say what I said yesterday, that this was the best of the four. It makes me wonder, is it the best of the four? And granted, B&B was actually also good. Don't get me wrong, B&B was also pretty good. So maybe we should sit there and say better than Days and better than GH. It makes me wonder, was it better than Days and better than GH because, well, to be honest, they weren't good episodes, or was it just like they weren't on their game today? It seemed Days, particularly Days, was not on his game today. And same thing with GH for the most part. It makes me wonder, was they just the best because they weren't on their game? Because I've seen, here's the thing, I've watched GH since I was in high school. Okay, I have seen when it's fire, it is fire. Okay, I've only been watching Days for a little bit, for maybe about 2 or 7 years, give or take. I gotta say, when that show is fire, when it hits good. Okay, so it's like winning by default. You know, I mean, it was interesting. It really was interesting. I'll sit there and say that. Even with Phyllis and Summer just annoying the hell out of me, still interesting. And I saw the previews, and I'm just like, when I saw Abby and Divine kiss, I was like, I'm sorry, what? I kind of was just like, oh, hell no. Like, Abby, have you lost your ever loving mind? Don't get me wrong. I like Divine. Okay? I do. I'm like, boo, you. Uh, I mean, she's already been my bad graces since she's annoyed this man early in the morning and ruined his breakfast. Okay? Like I said, there's certain things that I maybe sacred is kind of a high word, but there's certain things that uh, I'll sit there and say sacred. Okay? I've said this list before. I'll say it again. Video game, video games, food, and porn. Okay? Any one of those order, any order. I mean, obviously, family and stuff like that, but you start messing up one of the three of them, we got problems, okay? We got problems. Messing up this man's breakfast early in the morning was definitely a problem. Being a nag for the time that I've seen so far, is definitely problems. And now she's sitting there kissing the, like, well, that should be interesting next week. So, with that being said, I'm going to go. I've been saying this, and, well, the other three reviews, so I'll say in this one too. Sunday. Everything goes well, the stars align, and everything, all it's good. Me, DC Soap Sanctuary, Brock TV, gonna be doing a live on Sunday. I want to try to push for 7. Okay? I want to try to push for 7. Of course, I'm going to sit there and run it by with the other two. Make sure everything is good. Make sure everything's copacetic. I normally don't announce these things, but I didn't want to sit there and just do it on the last minute and people be like, oh, well, what's going on, you know? Because, sometimes plans fall through, people don't make it, and there's a lot of disappointment that goes around. Um, that's why I said if the stars align. But yes, stars align, me, DC, Brock, we're going to be sitting there doing a live on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do our best to sit there and interact with the chat. It's a little kind of hard when it's not just me that, will just give you my undivided attention and talk to everyone as the stream is going, but I'm going to sit there and do my best as well as the other two, and it should be a lot of fun. So with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.